Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10, live on Channels Television. A reminder of our top stories. Wall Street Journal accuses Nigerian military of secretly burying 1,000 soldiers in a secret graveyard in Borno, but the defense headquarters describes the accusation as sacrilegious. Inspector General of Police Muhammad Adamu meets with governors from Northwest region on tackling security issues in their various states. Less than 48 hours to the commencement of repairs on the Berger axis of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Commuters already lamenting long hours of gridlock expected in days to come. And Rwanda reopens its border with the DR Congo 1 year after Ebola outbreak killed more than 1,800 people. For more information on our top stories and others, please visit our website, channelstv.com. YouTube.com/channelsweb has videos of our shows. We have a few reports that our eyewitness reporters have sent in. Let's take a look at them, shall we? First is this video from Ojuelegba area of Lagos showing a commercial motorcyclist allegedly arrested by some men under the bridge. According to our eyewitness reporter, these men are fond of such practice. He wants relevant security operatives to wade in. Next is this set of images from Isheri North in Lagos showing these men and women during a protest. Our eyewitness says they are protesting an alleged abandonment by the management of the Nigerian Ports Authority. He reports that the protesters are asking for their pension 11 years after they were disengaged. We'll end with this image from Wukari in Taraba State, showing these people whom he says are students of the Federal University Wukari. He reports that the students are boarding this truck to escape the crisis going on in the community. He wants the government to find lasting solutions to the killing before it gets worse. Thanks for sending in those stories, and please keep them coming. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has arraigned a woman said to be a naval officer and 4 others of alleged oil theft. The officer, Mrs. Bola Labinjo, with service name as Lieutenant Commander S.A. Ibe Lambert, was charged before a federal high court in Lagos. She is standing trial alongside Jonathan Abuka, Ikemefuna Charles Agaba, Benjamin Gold, and Hamzat Yakubu. The defendants in vessel MT Hadline Jumbo are facing a 2-count charge of conspiracy and unlawful dealing on petroleum products. The EFCC alleges the defendants, sometime in August last year, conspired to illegally deal on Nigeria's automated gasoline oil at the Gulf of Guinea and off the coast of Gabon. They have, however, pleaded not guilty to the charges. Meanwhile, the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal is gradually coming to a close, as the tribunal today fixed August 21st as date for parties to adopt their final written addresses. After a 1-hour session today, the tribunal chairman, Justice Muhammad Garba, announced the decision to allow all the parties time to file their addresses. At today's sitting, the All Progressives Congress opted to not open a defense in the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party, while President Muhammadu Buhari decided to close his case. Our correspondent, Amaka Okafo, has more.
All parties to the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party challenging the election of President Buhari in court as the tribunal chairman, Justice Muhammad Garba, reads what can be considered to be a major decision by the 5-man panel of the Presidential Tribunal. Justice Garba ruled that parties are to adopt their final written addresses in the petition on August 21st, 2019. Another major highlight of today's proceedings is that the president, who was to continue his defense against the petition, chose to close his case. His lawyer, Mr. Wole Olanikwekun, tells the tribunal that the evidence before the court is enough for the president to close his case. The All Progressive Congress also decided not to open its case. Lawyer to the party, Mr. Latif Fagbemi, said continuing with the defense will be an overkill of the issues before the court. For the People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the decision is a welcome one.
I'm not surprised because given the events of the last 2 days in this court, it was obvious that they couldn't continue to take the gamble of calling witnesses who, rather than improving their cases, were rather damaging their cases beyond redemption. So they had to cut their losses. I assure you that this case, I hope so, will define electoral jurisprudence in this country one way or the other.
All parties ought to begin filing their final addresses on August 2nd, 2019, but pleaded with the tribunal to give them until Monday to do so, a request that was obliged by the tribunal. The Presidential Election Tribunal commenced sitting on the 8th of May 2019, and a month to the end of the constitutionally stipulated time frame for a tribunal to sit. All parties have closed their case and are to adopt their final written addresses on August 21st and then expect a date for final judgment in the petition filed by the People's Democratic Party challenging the election of President Muhammadu Buhari. Amaka Okafor, Channels Television News.
The lawmaker representing Bebeji Kiru Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Abdulmumin Jibrin, has been suspended from the APC in Bebeji local government area of Kano State. The chairman of the APC in the local government area, Sulaiman Gwarmai, explains in a statement that Honorable Jibrin was suspended for alleged anti-party activities. He explained that the decision followed a recommendation by a 7-man committee which was constituted to investigate the allegations against him by the APC Executive Committee of Bebeji local government area. He added that the investigative committee confirmed various anti-party activities alleged to have been committed by Honorable Jibrin, contrary to some provisions of the party's constitution. All efforts to reach Honorable Jibrin proved abortive, as the lawmaker says he will not join issues with his party at the local government level. President Muhammadu Buhari has reassured Nigerians that ensuring peace and prosperity remains a priority in his second tenure. He told a delegation from the International Labour Organization, led by its Director General, Mr. Guy Ryder, that in spite of the huge population of youths in the country, the federal government will focus on job creation to advance development, as the nation cannot rely on food importation alone. As the International Labour Organization marks its 100th anniversary, the President has called on the organization to support the country through technical assistance that will improve existing programs.
I want to assure you that I will be following your deliberations with interest, keeping in mind that job creation is a key priority for this government. 65% or over 120 million Nigerians are under the age of 25. As a government, our priority is to ensure peace and prosperity for all our citizens. On infrastructure development, we attacked head-on the big deficit in power, roads, bridges, rails, and housing. Our achievements to date were as a result of strategic fiscal and monetary policy decisions. In some instances, we partnered with stakeholders such as the labor unions. As we move forward, we hope the International Labour Organization and other partners will support our program through technical assistance and other interventions that will improve our existing programs and develop new ones.
Vice President Professor Yemi Oshibajo has made some clarifications on the National Livestock Transformation Plan. The NLTP noted that the federal government and states decided on ranching as an option for livestock breeding. According to the Vice President, states determine the implementation methods in their respective states, while both the federal government and the states will share their costs. He mentioned this during a meeting with the newly appointed United Kingdom Secretary of State for International Development, Mr. Alok Sharma, at the presidential villa. The Vice President also believes that Nigeria can benefit from the United Kingdom and its ongoing reform of the business environment by learning from how the British resolved some of its critical challenges. He says one of the critical issues with the ease of doing business is with respect to the registration of property and how the process is long drawn. The Plateau State Government says it is embracing the National Livestock Transformation Plan through the introduction of ranching to stop violence between farmers and herders. The position of the state government was made known at a roundtable conference organized by the Plateau Peace Building Agency in Jos, where media practitioners and civil society organizations were informed of the commencement of the pilot scheme in Wase and Kanam local government areas of the state.
To the society. Also, Professor Wade might be kind enough.
A round-table conference organized by the Plateau Peace Building Agency. This meeting of government representatives, civil society organizations and members of the media was put together to discuss how the National Livestock Transformation Plan can end the farmer-herder conflict.
Within the last 2 years.
Setting the tone for the monthly dialogue, the Director General of the agency restates the importance of addressing the lingering conflict.
Today's meeting is also very strategic in the sense that if you look at the theme for the meeting, talking about the National Livestock Transformation Plan, Insights and Prospects, it was deliberately framed given the nature of controversy that has been generated as a result of our collective quest as a nation, as a state, to finding a lasting solution to the farmer-herder crisis.
And presenting an overview of their work, the State Livestock Transformation Team proposes ranching as a workable option, with pilot schemes commencing in Wase and Kanam local government areas.
It is the opinion of the people that ranching must be adopted, but in line with peculiarities of the local environment, which is very critical, and not just models developed by other people. And I think that is where some of the issue of the Ruga, the confusion came in.
There are 2 areas in Plateau State, local government, Wase and Kanam, that have a government grazing area, gazetted, owned by government. So government decided to use these 2 local government as pilot for the ranching. And the first thing that took place was on-the-spot dialogue with the communities in these 2 local government. Representatives of traditional rulers, community leaders, youths, women, herders, farmers were all part of this interactive session, for them to understand why that place has been chosen as pilot.
The State Livestock Transformation Plan is driven on the pillars of economic investment, conflict resolution, law and order, humanitarian relief, information, education and strategic communication, as well as trying out the ranching option.
When the News at 10 returns, Rwanda reopens its border with the DR Congo, where 1 year after Ebola outbreak has killed more than 1,800 people. That and more from the international scene on Around the World in 5. Join us again.